Hey everyone, this is Dr. Push Plamba, founder of Happy Within and your victory coach. My sole mission is to ensure that you are victorious in your pursuit of your next job or the internship that you so seek. So, in today's video, I'm going to be taking a question that one of my followers asked me on my Instagram channel, and that is, what is that one way which can help me save more money? In fact, my link is down below on the screen, my Instagram link. Please do follow my page and ask me a question via DM, and I'll ensure that I either answer it to you over there or I'll make a proper video on it and share it with you. So let's get rolling with our video for today. So, tip number one. Now, have you ever considered savings as an expense? No, right? Of course. In fact, our savings, if I were to put it in an equation, is going to be equal to our income minus expenses. Now, in expenses, there are two kinds of expenses, fixed and variable. So the fixed expenses are those expenses which are usually not changeable over a period of time and will reoccur every month on a monthly or any time basis. It could be a weekly thing also, but they occur periodically. So, for example, your rent is a fixed expense. Any EMI that you have taken loan on is going to be a fixed expense, and so on. And on the other hand, the variable expenses are the ones that vary every month or every time period to the other, such as your expenses on food, leisure, travel, and entertainment, and so on. Now, the problem is in this equation that you're seeing on your screen, that is savings equals income minus expense. So, what we are doing is we get our monthly income and then we make our expenses, whatever fixed and variable, and whatever is left of it becomes our savings. And that is making savings very weak because it is highly dependent on what expenses we are going to take out every month. Now, there is a small switch that you need to put on when it comes to this equation. Make or consider savings as your fixed expense. Like you have this list of fixed expenses that you have that you are incurring every time period, every month, or every week, add savings to it. And the moment you add savings to it, it ensures, or in your mind it ensures you that you are going to take out that x amount of money every month from your income and put it aside as a part of your savings. So this one small shift in your thought process and expenditure habits is going to actually ensure that the small amount is going to pile up and add up a lot in short to mid term also. Tip number two. Now you might think how much money to actually save per month. In the first tip, I spoke about taking or considering saving as expense. But the question is, how much savings is a good amount of savings? I'll give you a very simple way to actually calculate this. Always have savings attached to a explicit or a tangible goal. Never think about savings in terms of ambiguous numbers, that is, I want to save a lot of money over a period of time. Now things like these usually don't work out. What you are going to do is start considering saving as something very tangible. In fact, connect savings to a tangible outcome. It could be, let's say, a car that you want to buy, or a property that you want to invest in, or on a lower level it could be a set of let's say two professional set of clothes that you want to buy for yourself, and so on. So ensure that you connect savings to a tangible goal. And that brings me to a sub tip, the other one in this only category, this number only, and that is, when you're creating this goal for yourself or connecting savings to a tangible goal, ensure that you have three things very clear right on the dot. And that is, why do you want to save? So you want to buy a car for yourself. Why is it that buying that car is very important to you? What will this do it? What this particular point will do is that it will add motivation to your process of saving. Second, and that is how much do you want to save. So again, like I said earlier, don't go into the ambiguous world of I want to save a lot of money. Be specific. So you want to save, let's say, 3 lakh rupees for your car, just a hypothetical amount. And the third point you need to be very, very sure on is by when. So this will give a timeline to the savings that you want to do. So you want to save, or you want to save for a car, the amount is 3 lakhs, and that this saving should be there with you by the end of 10 months. I'm taking 10 months just for the ease of calculation. So what does that mean? That means that starting from this month onwards, for the next 10 months, you need to have 30,000 rupees as savings in your bank account every month. Now this suddenly gives you a very, very tangible goal to work on, and this will help you in ensuring that your point one also goes well, and that you write 30,000 rupees as an expense under the headings of savings in your book or register, whatever you're maintaining as your accounts. So if you're liking my video till now, please subscribe to my channel and turn on all notifications so that you get to know my next video when I upload it. I've also got an app that I'm putting a link on the description, in the description below. Download that app. It's totally free for now, and I keep on adding a lot of value to all my subscribers on that app using videos and other documentary modes. So do subscribe to the app, and the link is going to be in the description below. So moving on, coming to tip number 3, and that is that in our lives we have things called needs and wants. Now I'm not going to get into the details of it for the purpose of this video, but I want you to understand that needs are something that you cannot survive without. For example, fulfilling your need for hunger with food, fulfilling your need for travel, fulfilling your needs for rest, fulfilling your needs for entertainment. And on the want side are those things with which you fulfill your needs. So if you want to, if you're feeling hungry, you can fill it up with pizza, roti, any other food item. If you want to travel, you can use a car, and within cars also there are luxury cars, basic cars, and then economy cars. You can go with a two-wheeler, you can even take public transport or even walk. So there are multiple options is what I'm trying to say in the wants category. Now which one you pick up is going to determine how much you save. I want you to be prudent over here. I want you to be intelligent over here. I'm not telling you to penny pinch. I'm not telling you to make yourself uncomfortable. So if you can afford a car, you don't need to travel by public transport if you think that's uncomfortable. And in India, let's face it, it is. I want you to take a car, but I don't want you to spend more than what is required on it. So this kind of mindset is not a miser mindset, is what you want to understand. And the second thing is, this is the kind of mindset which gets you to save that little much, which over a period of time becomes a lot of money. And coming to the last tip, tip number 4, and that is you need to start make more money. You understand that even if you're a student or if you're working, you always have an opportunity to have something what I like to call as passive income. Now, what is that? I want that, or I know that every one of you has some kind of quality or the other. And especially after this lockdown, when the propensity of people to go online has increased so much, I want you to develop a parallel stream of income for yourself. Now, if you're a student or a professional, your weekends are free. Or if you are, especially if you're a student, even your weekdays, a portion of your day is free. Start investing that time in something that is going to get you income, more income than what you are doing right now. So if you're surviving on pocket money, do keep on having that income coming to your account every month from your parents or whosoever is sponsoring that pocket money. But apart from that, start making some money of your own. How can you do that? You can actually give tuitions of a subject that you like. You can actually make online courses, short courses, and put them online for people to purchase them from. You can start putting up videos on YouTube. You can start building small communities around yourself. Believe me, it is actually a wonderful, wonderful thing to have in case you ever luck out in your primary source of income. And all these four tips that I'm sharing with you are things that I've done personally myself and have benefited from it. So please take care of these 4 points that I just shared, and I can guarantee you that you'll have more money in your bank accounts a year from now if you do actually exercise all these 4 points. And if you like this video, I would request you to subscribe to my channel and do put in a comment in the comment box if you think that there is something more that you want to add to this particular list. Also, turn on all the notifications so that you get to know of my next video. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Till then, it's Dr. Push Plamba, your victory coach, signing off. Bye bye.